We're a Pilates studio that offers Pilates, reformer classes, cardio sculpt classes, cardio step, bar classes, and a whole lot of other things. We're a really great community of clients and instructors who are focused on positive fitness, body positivity, motivation, all of that stuff. So it's a really friendly, welcoming atmosphere, and that's kind of what we wanted to create in our studio.
I used to be a flight attendant as a 20-year-old kid and got injured with my neck and my back. So I took a little bit of physical therapy, and I lived up in Oregon at the time. And there the physical therapist recommended Pilates to strengthen my body. So my back was forming into an S at the time, and my neck was kind of protruding forward. So it was not a good feeling, and it's a lot of pain. So after I started taking Pilates, it completely changed my back. My back is probably straighter now than I was at my early age. I mean, I introduced Pilates to her as a teenager, and we then later started training together and started working at the same studio. She really fell in love with the idea of actually working and having her own studio. And I was at the time more into nutritional, because I do that too on the side. And so she said, we can do both. We can have a nutritional part in the studio too. And I thought, okay, well, that's not a bad idea. And I love Pilates, and I figured, why not? Why take a chance?
I started Pilates as young as like 13 years old, and I just kind of fell in love with it as soon as I started doing it. And then I did it for years and years on end through school growing up. And then when I met Alex and her mom Anita at the other studio that they were working at, I really just loved their classes. And then when they created their own studio, I followed them. And then they encouraged me to do teacher training, which I did through Club Pilates. And then Alex was just my mentor through it all, through the rest. And then I am here working at Aspyn Method today.
When I first started coming here, I noticed it was not like a typical, you go to the gym, your head's kind of down, you do your thing and you get out. You come in, everyone's really nice, it's like a big family. And I became really comfortable really fast, even doing something I'd never done before. Alex and Anita were the teachers at the time, and then Gracie came on when she was doing her training and became a teacher, and we've all become good friends in and out of the studio. And when I heard about the training, Alex started it. We're her guinea pigs. So we started, there's a bunch of us that are doing this past session, and we're about to graduate soon.
So I've been doing reformer Pilates since 14. I've always loved it. Really, really great form of fitness. Your muscles just like hold your bones up. You feel supported throughout the day. And I just kind of fell into it. My mom thought we should take a certification together, and that was kind of like mother-daughter bonding. We started teaching at a studio and we really liked it. The clients were great. Found that we were just good at it. You know, you're socializing with people and you're teaching classes, and endorphins are going wild because that's really good for you, and that's what happens when you're exercising. So it was just a really positive environment to be in, and my mom and I kind of looked at each other and we were like, we should just open our own studio, because this was what we love to do and it works and we're happy doing it. So yeah, it just kind of serendipitously happened.
I was working 40 plus hours a week at a corporate job, sitting at a desk, and I'm an equestrian with some outstanding injuries. When I started sitting at the desk, that was really causing a lot of issues for my neck and shoulders. Someone had recommended Pilates. I tried it and I loved it so much that I quit my corporate job and became a Pilates instructor.
Clients have said to me they love the diversity of classes, so each class is not the same. So they could come on a Monday one week and come to that same time the next week, and it'll be a different style of Pilates, or it's not boring. They're not going to plateau. They get a fresh workout each time, and that's really, really nice for the clients to have, because it can get boring doing the same thing over and over again, and that seems to be the most beneficial thing they say to me. But at the same time, they love the atmosphere. Like, they love being able to come in, see each other. A lot of the classes are the same people, so you build friendships. And I've got clients who will come and take a class, and then they'll be standing outside in the parking lot for 2 hours just talking. The style of classes that we have, it's always changing. It's not getting boring, and then they are basically taking class with their friends at the end of the day. So it's a really nice thing to have. We're in a really great location where we're partially residential, partially commercial. So we have a lot of clients who walk to the studio from their houses. So just getting more outreach, more clients into the studio so we can open more of them, get more instructors on board, and just keep growing from there.
What makes Genius coconut smoothies so unique is we incorporate the entire coconut. The coconut water and the coconut meat. True to nature, we don't leave anything out. And the coconut water provides electrolytes and potassium and hydration. The coconut meat offers the meal replacement value, the protein, the fiber, the omega-3s, and good fats. So you're getting the best of both worlds. I really was on a mission to create something that the world has never seen before. We went all the way out to Thailand, as close to the source as possible, working with local farmers to find the best and most nutritionally dense coconuts in the world. And we didn't want to settle for less. There's so many different coconuts and varieties out there, and we did our research for a very long time. And we found that the Thai Nam Ham coconut is considered one of the best tasting, most nutritionally packed coconuts in the world. One thing that I learned when traveling to Thailand is that the coconut trees take up to 25 years to grow before anyone can start harvesting coconuts. That is absolutely amazing and takes an incredible amount of patience from the farmers to harvest the right coconut. And we love that with our Genius Coconut Smoothie that we can support the local ecosystem here and really support the local farmers. We have a zero waste philosophy with our Genius Coconut Smoothies. And I'll tell you why. We use the entire coconut, which makes us so different from any other company out there that has a coconut beverage. And they are harvested at their peak in taste and nutrition. We blend the coconut water and the meat together, and it makes for this creamy, delicious, filling coconut smoothie. There's a lot of companies that use coconut concentrates, or they use some byproduct of the coconut. I felt incredibly compelled to create something more. There's plenty of coconut waters out there. There's plenty of probiotic drinks, plenty of smoothies, plenty of almond milk drinks. But really no company has ever come out with a drink that uses the entire coconut. It's tasty, it's healthy, it's filling, and we use real coconut water and real coconut meat. And I wanted to bring something to the world that no one has ever seen before. And that's why it's called Genius, because we created the world's first coconut smoothie.
So we do our Pilates reformers that also transfer into towers. So there's two completely different types of classes you can do. Well, there's multiple, but just from the reformer's perspective, we offer a tower which is attached to the back of the machine. You can turn it into a mat Pilates class. So it's a full tower class where you can strengthen your body more and stretch it out. So if you have a lot of injuries, that's a good way to go. And then if you're new to Pilates, I would say go on. You can go any level really, and we work through it. And because we have such small classes, we can give them a little bit more individual time and still handle the others that are a little bit more advanced. And then we also do cardio step and cardio sculpt classes, which is in the bar room. And that's more high intensity moving and getting into your cardio and then we have bar. Well, it's not ballet, but it's a form of ballet with a little bit more fun.
Support from our instructors, we only have 6 machines, so in each class, which means you're not in a group of like 12 to 20 people, you're not going to get left behind in the class. So all of our reformer Pilates classes, for the most part, are all levels. So you could be a beginner, intermediate, or advanced, and you're not going to feel like you're a fish out of water, that someone's ignoring you. And also, like on that same note, the clients who've been coming here for a really long time, they help the new people out. So if they see someone's on the wrong spring, they'll let them know like, hey, like you should change your spring load, that's not right. And then it's just like a really great community. So you're getting support from the instructors, from the owners, from other clients.
It's so much. It's everything from just decompressing and escaping from the outside world to building strength and testing balance and just being one with yourself and finding your mind-body connection and knowing what it's like to feel different muscle groups when you want to. And it's just something I can do every day and never get bored with it, and that's why I love it so much.
Pilates is basically stretch, strength, and control. It's a wonderful body conditioning method, movement, exercise, whatever you want to call it. I think that it really brings people together, like I said, in that community, and you get stronger every day if you are committed to your practice.
Training program. It's really hands-on, it's small groups. Alex is a great instructor. We come in twice a week for my program, and then we spend a couple hours working out, going over moves, learning how to teach properly, special conditions if someone's pregnant, because those are all different. Yeah, it's just been a really fun group environment. Nothing is uncomfortable. You can ask any question you want.
Well, I think it's just good to have a partner who sees things the way you do. You know, we can kind of bounce ideas off of each other. It's nice that we're so close because we can, you know, ask each other questions and have conversations that you might not be able to have with someone who's just a business associate or even a friend. On that same note, we're really close, so it can get a little too close, and that's when friction happens. But overall, it's been really, really great to have her there because she's been with me my whole life, obviously, and she's just been really, really supportive, and we can kind of fill in the gaps for each other, which is great.
You know, when we decided on Aspyn, the thought was, let's do a home away from home, where people feel comfortable coming into a studio and not feeling the pressure of like, I have to be perfect, I have to know everything. So what we do is we bring them in, and I always introduce everyone. If there's a new person in the class, I said, okay, so-and-so, and we usually know everyone by first name basis, so that's really important. That's usually what I've heard a lot from new clients. We love it here because you actually know our names. You know, so that's something that we always continue working on, making sure we know everyone individually. They can always call us, text us. We have a phone number that they can text us about things. So I feel like everyone really knows each other here, and it's funny to watch because it's like a little family. I've had clients come up and say, why are you closed today? Why are you closed on Monday? And because I need that support. It's not just exercise, it's a whole social feeling of wanting to be somewhere.
If you're sticking with Pilates, you can expect better balance, better overall health. Pilates is a lifestyle, I like to think and say. You take what you learn here with you out in the rest of the world. When you're standing at the grocery store or when you're breathing, there's a lot of breathing in Pilates, and I feel like everything you learn in the studio you can take with you out and to anything you're doing. And balance, strength, stretch, flexibility, all of those things come with Pilates.
Pilates can be great mentally. It's an hour to de-stress, focus on your own health. So it's really, really great for your mental health. Physically, we're talking about stretching, lengthening the muscles, alleviating pain in the joints potentially, teaching the body to support itself. So if you have like low back pain, that's usually because your core is not strong and your back is picking up a lot of your day-to-day, not necessarily just weight, just the walking, the sitting, on the computer, the Zoom meetings, all of that. So you're kind of rehabbing your body for the rest of your life. There's amazing prenatal benefits. It will help you as you age. It's just super low impact. So if you're taking like a HIIT class, a lot of that is impact in the joints. You're just kind of hammering down in the same area over and over again. While Pilates is really light on the joints, you're allowed to engage the muscles properly, engage the posture properly, and you're just reinforcing this kind of system in your own movement. Whether you're just walking your dog or you're driving your car, eventually you just start to sit a little taller, stand a little taller, walk a little lighter. Like, that's the main benefit. Of course, the other benefit is super, super chiseled abs and really, really toned arms and legs and a tight butt. But as far as like being super great for people of all ages, because, you know, maybe the 70-year-old woman who walks in here isn't going for the six-pack. They're going for quality of life. How do I have a better life? How do I get these aches and pains? How do I get out of bed a little bit more easily? Things like that. So that's where Pilates has a really, really great accessibility. So you can do it from 14 to 100 if you live that long.
For family activities that are a blast, nothing beats radio control action. Bring in the family and check out the latest RC models from top brands. We've got cars, boats, planes, helis, and more. For beginners and experts, you can't beat scorching the track, making waves, or tearing up the skies with cool RC models. It's a great way to bring the family together and start a hobby that will last a lifetime. Stop in today.
Pacific Coast Hobbies on PCH, South Bay's best hobby shop.
Here at Aspyn, everyone is very caring about each other and compassionate, and they help each other with springs or with an exercise, or if they know someone doesn't know how to do a move, if I'm teaching somebody else, they'll lean over and help the person next to them. And it's a very inclusive environment here. Everyone's just working on bettering their health.
Really, it's all about helping them figure out what their balance is, because I do believe in bio-individuality. Like, everyone has their own thing that works for them. I don't believe that everybody can do the same thing. So I usually do a health consultation with them if they're asked for it, and we kind of go over their background, like their eating habits or lifestyle habits, because a lot of times it's not just about the eating. It could be a lot of things going on in your body. And having a lot of women in our studio that are going through a certain time in their lives, could be menopause or pre or having babies or anything, bodies change constantly. So I usually go over their health history and what they usually eat and what they shouldn't eat. But I don't tell them they can't eat that. It's more of a helping hand, kind of guiding them through it, but not putting the pressure on them. And also adding in the exercise. I think it's really important to constantly move and kind of do what's good for your body.
I love it. It's honestly my second home. I'm probably here more than I am my actual home. And I've literally gained two of my best friends, and all the clients are like family now. They're also caring and so supportive, and I love my work, and I don't dread going to work, which I know a lot of people do, so I feel very lucky.
The studio is really inclusive. We love having new clients, and we even have a dog policy. So I bring my little wiener dog every time I come here, no matter if it's training or a step class or Pilates class. Yeah, he just kind of hangs out. I have a little bed here for him, so he loves coming here.
You'd be joining a team of highly motivated individuals. Typically in Pilates studios, you're kind of put in a competition with the other instructors. We don't look at our classes that way. So even if we have two classes running at the same time, the instructors aren't competing for clients with each other. Everyone's paid hourly. You get bonuses based on performance, so based on client retention, things like that. But if we've got a reformer class in one room, the other class that's going at the same time would be a tower class. So the classes aren't the same, so we're not doing like instructor versus instructor whose class is more full. Super welcoming team. Everyone is really supportive, everyone has each other's backs. Personally, if a client has an issue with an instructor, we tend to take the instructor's side. We want them to feel supported. It can be really hard dealing with 6 adults. You know, if you're a younger instructor, it can be really intimidating. So we want everyone to feel, you know, supported and heard, and we want Pilates to be a lucrative career for our most motivated instructors.
I love watching my clients get stronger and advance in the method, the Pilates method, and I love the community that Pilates brings.
not just for women. We have quite a few men that come in, and a lot of athletes too. They come and they actually stretch out and get into their exercise. It's not as easy as it looks.
Honestly, I just want people to know that Pilates is literally for everybody, no matter your age, your size, what injury you have, whether you're pregnant, literally at any stage of your life, you can do Pilates, and I encourage everyone to do it because it's a great environment. It's not focused on getting super skinny or bulking up muscle like a lot of those crazy gyms do. We really focus on just being mindful with yourself and building strength and balance just so you can go on with your life and not be in pain or suffer once you get older.
It's really everybody. We have men and women and all others, and we have people who are, late teens all the way up to 90 years old. I have a 90-year-old client who can hold a plank, which is pretty incredible. So it's super accessible. Anyone can do it for as long as they live, and that's even with certain injuries. I've got clients who are in their 60s and have spinal fusions, and they can still do Pilates. Hip replacements, knee replacements, I've seen it all, and they can all do Pilates with modifications, of course. They're not going to be jumping up and down and doing, maybe the most advanced class, but they're going to be able to do a lot of restorative, rehabilitative things.